Everyone is asking me for the link.
There's so many things, man. So much stuff going on.
Oh, we're live today. Hi, folks. How are you?
Yeah,
Good morning, good morning.
Only Jackson. Thanks.
Good morning,
There-
folks. Come
No,
on
no, just
in. As
Jackson.
you're coming in, let us know where you're
The parents,
joining us
Jackson.
live from.
Jackson's the son-in-law and the daughter. So
Oh, and
the
Ginger's
bottom one.
here.
So Ginger, we can't see you, but we
I don't know how to make a virtual background in this format. I'm sorry.
You don't need it. You're great.
morning, morning, good morning, Michael. Cheryl is from Long Island. Valerie is in the Georgia mountains. Valerie, okay. Snow last weekend, Valerie. Hey, Sabrina. Good morning,
Mary's in
Barry.
Winter Park,
Okay.
Florida.
We have
Nice.
Barry Leland Brown over here. When are you going to St. Lucia, Barry? When are you coming to say, oh, you're in Elegy? Okay. Valerie is in Elegy. Jennifer McGuire. Good morning. Jennifer McGuire has graced us with a present. Jennifer McGuire says, good morning,
Hey, Jennifer.
Conrad.
Wow. Hi, Jennifer.
Good morning, Cheryl.
We have Nashville and NYC. And if it's, I don't know, I'm joining you from Massachusetts, where it's currently snowing right now. So, I'm sitting here with Conrad, who's in St. Lucia, and that's not making me happy at all. But
So, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Thursday morning coffee chat. We are so excited that you decided to join us this morning. Claire Springer from Miami. Good morning, Claire. So, we have a lot of cities right here with us, but Conrad is the luckiest. He is in sunny St. Lucia.
Yeah, the
someone
best
said
thing
snow-
that
snow
happens to
Brooklyn.
us when people share snow pictures, like last weekend in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the best thing for our business. I love it when it's cold and miserable, but when it's not a really bad storm. So if people's houses get damaged, that's not good for business.
That's
But if it
not
just
good.
rains and snows and it's gray and people want to get out, that's
We
pretty
just
good.
want a little bit of suggestive snow. That's what we call it.
Suggestive. Like,
Suggestive snow. Just a little snow to, in that inclination. Yeah.
good morning, Jerry. Jerry's in Louisiana. Good morning, Mary. Mary, Conrad is the best. Yes. Mary, can you see Kelly and Nicole here as well?
I know. Janet says, good morning, Conrad. We're here too.
Yes, we're here too. But good morning, all. Thank you for joining us this morning. We Nicole and Conrad, as everybody could see. Conrad is such a wonderful host. So it's going to be all about Conrad. this
Yeah,
morning.
that's okay.
That's okay. We'll see you another time because it's all about Conrad today. Now, we invited Ginger because Ginger just came back. We love you too, Janet. Just came back from St. Lucia, and we wanted to get her feedback as a travel agent, stayed and her experience on the property. Thank you, Mary. But I don't think her device could be connected. So I think she's having a little bit of an issue with connecting her device. But when she gets through, we will. Oh, there she is. There she is.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, Ginger, how are you?
Good morning.
So we brought on one of your own, a travel agent, Ginger Joyner, who was recently in St. Lucia, and she spent a couple of days at Calabash Cove. So we wanted to get her perspective of her experience as a travel agent and also what your clients should be expecting when they visit the property. So let's start with Ginger. So we won't keep you too long, Ginger. So go ahead.
Here, Ginger.
Oh, okay, sorry. So we loved our stay at Calabash. We just felt like the staff there was so personable since it's a smaller property. They like remember you, they recognize you. It's just felt more personable and not so commercialized where they're trying to like serve a whole bunch of clients at the same time. Like at dinner, the service was amazing. We had several different people waiting on us and bringing us drinks and bringing us appetizers. And the whole resort itself was just so quiet and laid back and peaceful. And you have incredible views from the restaurant. You see the infinity pool when you look over, and there's just a variety of different room categories and options that you can stay in for your clients. And we were just like, it was our last stay that we stayed there. We're so glad we ended our stay here at Calabash because it was just so relaxing and peaceful. And we just really had a great time.
Nice. Let me ask you this, Ginger. We did a video, which you guys will see soon, a video interview with Conrad when we were last there. And one of the questions we asked him was a little bit of a cheeky question. We're like, okay, well, what's your favorite thing to do here? Like, you don't ask, the managing director of his own hotel what's his favorite thing to do, but we did. And he said his favorite thing to do was to wake up in the morning and go to the beach with a cup of coffee before looking at his phone without finding out what's going on in the world. Did you happen to do that, Ginger?
Yeah. So our balcony, we had like this incredible balcony view where we could see the sunset. So
yeah,
and there's like a nice, really balcony chair. You can kind of both of you and your spouse or whoever can like lay out together. So we just really enjoyed like watching the sunset. And in the morning, we're like, oh my gosh, this is so pretty. So we just had incredible views where we just took it all in and kind of like disconnected from social media, but I was still trying to like post, about being at the resort. So I didn't want to disconnect too much, but it was just so peaceful and it was so quiet and there's birds flying around. It was just so nice.
Nice.
You make me blush, Ginger, man. This is embarrassing.
Following her on Facebook, and I saw all the photos that she was posting every day, and you could feel her, excitement in what she was posting and what she was saying. So, what kind of client would you recommend to your other agents for Calabash Cove, being experiencing it for the first time?
I would say a client that is open to just kind of disconnecting a little bit, just having peace and tranquility. I feel like it's in a great location because we took the helicopter transfer to back to the airport. So it's a great location. They went to do some excursions. They could be picked up very close from the resort, but someone that just wants to have a very peaceful, quiet, not too much action going on. But then at night they had the piano bar and he was playing music and my husband was like singing along to the song. So it was just so nice, peaceful, relaxing.
Nice.
Fantastic. So I'm not sure. I know a couple of the agents that have been to Calabash Cove or have sold it. I know Janet was there recently for her birthday. Oh no, that was
she was. She spent her birthday there early last year.
But so those of you who are not familiar with Calabash Cove, all of you should be by now because you hear Nicole and I always talking about it. So all of you should be by now. Nicole, you want to show a YouTube video to share your screen?
Yes, I'm going to do a quick video. Let me share my screen here.
Hi, Donna. Donna, did you see the article I posted for the vegan stay at Calabash? I think I didn't tag you, but I posted it with you in mind, Donna. So yeah. I'm going to go back and tag Donna for that article.
Okay, I'm bringing up a video here real quickly. Just bear with me. The video is 5 minutes long. I will not be showing a 5 minute long video. Yeah. I'll just show a few seconds of it.
Okay.
You let me know in the chat if you guys can see that.
Yeah, just open it. Correct. Yeah, we could see.
Perfect. Okay.
So for those of you who are not familiar with Calabash, just a little bit of a taste of it. And then we'll bring Conrad in.
The beach is my absolute favorite. Conrad, who did this video? This is fantastic.
Some time ago. It's a friend of mine actually in Germany, in Hamburg, who does videos with really big people like Heidi Klum and so on. Germany's top model. Oh God, you found that? Oh my God.
And Conrad had brown hair.
That's before I turned gray. Yeah, Andreas Kayales, he did this for us for free. Yeah, he does advertising videos in Germany.
From where we are with all this modern day connectivity.
I can't believe you found this video, man. Oh God.
Western in a Caribbean experience, beautiful nature around you, a beach, the ocean, but at the same time, being able to connect to this, you're really only a mouse click away from the real world, from your business at home, and some of the things that you may want to be in touch with.
Oh wow.
A spectacular restaurant. Our executive chef has worked from the very beginning with local fishermen. They will drop off the catch of the day right on the beach. So one day you may get a fresh tuna, the other day maybe a yellowfin that can be used for.
Oh, I'm hungry now.
Yeah,
The view never gets old.
I think we've seen enough of it now.
Yeah. And Conrad, one of the reasons why I wanted to show this one is, let me stop sharing my screen, is that I will say that what I like about this, and this is something that's good for a boutique style resort, especially, is the timelessness, right? So one of the things you mentioned when we did the interview with you was that the staff, the people who come there, there's a deep connection between the staff and the guests, and we recognize that immediately, Kelly, since the very beginning, that there's a timelessness in how you treat people, how the guests feel, how the staff feels, right? And so even though this one, we go back a few years, it's the same feeling that you get from the executive chef, from the people, and the way that you're passionate about the resort.
And it's so personal, because I remember I come 2 days, I didn't go for breakfast and I didn't request room service. And they came to the room to check up on me. I'm like, we didn't see you for breakfast. You didn't order room service. Are you okay? Can we bring something to you? It's like, there are other guests in the resort, but they are that personal that they look out for every single client. When we were walking to the beach and we spoke to somebody, I think it was the gardener, and we were like, where's the room? And he was like, oh, you in cabin 1. I'm like, you know what cabin I'm in? The gardener knew what cabin we were in. So it's like everybody takes an account of who is there, and they look out there for every single guest, because I was surprised. The gardener knew that where I was, and then he said like, no, you go this way in cabin 1. So it tells you how personable the service is at the resort. So let's hear a little bit from Conrad.
Before we do that, before we go on, Conrad, I have another one lined up. Speaking of the people, and I wanted to share this one especially. This one has Rohan in it.
Okay.
And tell us a little bit about Rohan before I play this video.
Well, Rohan is our front office manager, right? He assigns rooms. He deals with a lot of guests. He has been extremely busy for the last 6 months with rescheduling and so on, because we allow people, even with the non-refundable reservations, to reschedule within a year. So he's very, very busy. To many guests and many travel agents that deal with the hotel directly, he is really the face of the hotel. Rohan, and he has this amazing voice. I don't know if he comes across in the video.
Yes.
But he's wearing a mask, so we may not get the full effect. But let's try, shall we?
Go ahead.
Hold a second. Somebody's at my door.
That's okay. I'm sharing this video now anyway, so you're good to go.
There you go.
All right, so there we go.
Hello there. Rohan. We'll be exploring Calabash Cove for 7 nights in Saint Lucia.
Enjoy Rohan's video.
All right, I'm going to pause this because I think this is important to talk about. How, you can go ahead and answer Kelly's question, but drop in a little bit on this video shows some very current, I would say, protocols, right? And how we're handling the situation on resort now as it stands. So
I don't see the question, so I don't know where I see the question.
oh no, Kelly was asking you a question earlier. Kelly, what was your question again?
Oh, I don't remember, but
I think you wanted to know what your thoughts were on everything, on the personal service, the staff.
yes.
Oh no, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, we're obviously fortunate, right? We're lucky. We can do some things other places couldn't do, right? So and if we didn't do these things, we would be terrible hoteliers, right? We would be terrible tourism professionals. So I think it's just normal that we care a little bit of our guests, that we care a little bit of our team members, and then we get to know them. And that's why the last year and a half have been so hard for us, because we don't really have a cocktail party, because we have guests that are vaccinated, that are not vaccinated, and we shy away from the vaccination debate because you cannot win.
Right.
The natural common denominator is not to have a cocktail party, not to stand around the bar with 15 or 20 people without a mask, because we don't want to exclude somebody that is not vaccinated from being at the hotel. And so it suffers a little bit in the experience. I mean, I was talking to some guests just a few minutes ago that were going back to the UK. I was embarrassed that I really didn't know them. And if I would walk past them somewhere else without a mask, I would definitely not know that they stayed here. So obviously we're struggling with it a little bit. But on the other side, we're fortunate that because of the distances and within the hotel, we can provide a fairly safe vacation experience without having to worry too much about contamination and so on.
Love that. And I will say that Kelly and I did experience that, about 6 months ago when we went to Calabash Cove. We experienced some of the protocols firsthand, and we were very, very impressed with the way everything was handled. And not just from you, Conrad, but it trickled down to the entire staff, to every aspect, from housekeeping to gardening to the restaurants to your senior management staff. We felt again very impressed. We were also impressed with the testing that was done on the resort. As much as it hurted me, as much as I cried real tears, I was very impressed with that, and I was very impressed with the turnaround of the test as well. And that I got not just the letter, but someone from the front desk called me to let me know.
As well.
And and when they saw me, they said, "Mrs. Barrett, did you get your?" Absolutely, yes, I did. So I was very impressed with that.
Yeah, the personal service is, I think, is like it's optimum. It's like it's where you could say that you cannot go to Calabash Cove and a staff member doesn't call you by name after the second day or even the first night, or doesn't remember what you like or what you don't like. It's very, very personable, and I think the being that intimate and small allows the staff to be able to do that, because every single staff member looks out, and you don't know who is, but they know who you are. Every single one knows who you are, and from the video we saw that once you arrive, you can download the app for the resort, and you could order food, you can order housekeeping, you can order room service, you can order everything from the app. So again, it's great for social distancing and keeping you safe. So all of that is in a tiny little app that you could do all of that from that. And when it comes to activities, I know Ginger said that she just later on, but there is a tour desk that if your clients want to go on a catamaran cruise or go diving. I think you can be picked up from the
on the
beach if you're gonna go diving. So it's quite easy access. But there is you could do whatever you want around the island when it comes to activities.
Especially vaccinated people are able to move about the island freely.
Free to
vaccinated,
roll.
you can only go on certain excursions. It's a little restricted. You can still go out, but it's not quite as easy. While fully vaccinated visitors can just go about. They can even rent a car if they want to and do whatever they want all across the island. Yeah.
Right.
We say it's free to roam when you're vaccinated.
Great, Jerome.
Roam
Speaking
without.
of which, Conrad, I'd like to know what's your favorite activity to do on island?
I'm sure.
No, I mean, I miss one thing that I miss the most is actually fried groseley, right? I would love to go
Oh
earlier,
yes,
have dinner in
seriously.
groseley, and the street party is still on hold. You can actually go to Duke's. Duke's is a little further in, is a place right on the beach that serves fresh fish and fresh conch, and it's dirt cheap.
Mhm.
And they actually open. That's the only three choices they have on the menu, and I still sometimes go there on a Friday, on a Saturday. But
Oh my goodness. I'm glad you brought that up because the
I
fish fry is my absolute favorite. And I see Claire Springer is on here. And
yes,
one
she's
of the
there.
last times I went to the fish fry, I was actually with
no,
my husband and Claire Springer. So Claire Springer brought us to, I mean, I've been to the fish fry several times and, you know, the party, the jump up party, whatever, maybe jump up party. But Claire brought us to this spot. And Claire, if you're on here, I can't remember what it was. If you're still on here, if you could drop it in the comments. But she brought us to the spot where they did the fish in the with the wire thing and they turn it over and
That
the
must be the same place that
it must be the same place and it was amazing. And I will say, while we go there to relax, while we go to Calabash Cove to sit on the beach or to sit by your pool at the Water's Edge Cottage or whatever it is that you go there for, it is great to also get some local color, right?
yeah, and they
So make sure you go out.
they marinate that fish in the afternoon, right? They put it in a marinade before it goes on the grill, so
Mhm.
the flavors get into the fish. There was a question, unfortunately, or
yes, I know.
we're not.
I get that so much. That question about Grenada, I get that.
Yeah.
People call me. Do you rep this property as well? So Conrad will answer that question for you. I think
No,
Cheryl. I,
they're my friends, and they get asked the same question too. So don't worry, don't worry. No, there's no affiliation whatsoever. I've been there, and they have been here to visit. And in the old days, actually, it was a bit confusing when we first opened because Calabash in Grenada closes for a few months in the fall, and some tour operators in the UK closed out the wrong hotel by mistake
Oh,
in the first year, and that's how we really got to talk to each other, plus through CHA. But there's no affiliation as such. But it's a beautiful hotel in Grenada, and it's ideal for a split stay if you ever want to do a week in Grenada and a week here.
yeah.
More
and
difficult for
talking
America.
and talking about the speed stay, the air access is quite easy. I think British Airways does a stop in Grenada, so
Mhm.
getting there it's going to be really easy if you want to do a speed stay with the two properties.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, for American travelers, it's a bit more complicated, but Brits, for them, it's a natural. Right? They just keep going on the way back. They stop in Saint Lucia and then go home. So yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Love that. Love that regional love. Love that regional love.
So
Claire says,
Claire
oh,
answered your question.
Claire says, I'm here. Don't remember the name, but it was right by the sea, probably the same place. Probably Claire. And I thank you for giving me that experience for sure. Thank you, Claire. But you know, speaking of experiences, folks, I'm sure you've been to St. Lucia and you have had your own experiences. Let us know in the chat what was your favorite experience, or what is one that you always recommend to your client, even if you've never done it. Let us know that too. Conrad, there was a recent article, if you don't mind, I want to bring it up, the one you sent us yesterday,
Yeah.
talking about this. Can we talk about food now that we've been talking about fish? Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about food because Kelly and I, and that was the last year when I went was the most extended period I've stayed at your resort. So it gave me a chance to really have several meals while I was there, and I was very impressed with the meals, with the service, with the chef, just everything. But it's important to say that while it's the Caribbean island, which is, you know, famous for seafood and of course the meats, you do as well do some vegan options, right? And in this article, you talked a little bit about some of the vegan options that are available at Calabash Cove. Can you dive into that a little bit? Because it talks about the pan-seared tofu, the braised eggplant, the cauliflower bites. I'm so getting so hungry. Grilled cinnamon pineapple, things like that. Can we talk a little bit about the food options and the variety?
Yeah, I mean, it surprises even me, right? I haven't eaten meat in 30 or 35 years, but I
Mhm.
by no means a vegan. I eat fish once, twice a week and so on. But it surprises me how popular vegan meal experiences are. And we had for a long time a vegetarian menu, and more now we need a vegan option. And there's probably not a week when we have somebody here who's vegan or some other meal. Right now we have a Jewish couple here from New York actually, and they brought their own food, right? So it has to get
Mhm.
warmed up separately. And yesterday
Yeah.
afternoon I saw them having dinner in the gazebo down there because only they can open up the containers and so on. So it's very interesting that as a small place again you can do these things, right? If we had 500 rooms, we probably couldn't warm up his food separately every day and install a microwave and so on. And he sits in the gazebo, everybody knows who he is, so nobody troubles him. And
Mhm.
on Saturday, on the Sabbath, we put a little barrier in front of his cottage so nobody troubles them when they do their religious rituals, when they don't turn on the lights and don't go anywhere and so on. So vegan is just one thing. It's probably a buzzword now. I
Yeah.
don't know if it's going to be around for as long or to the same focus
Degree.
that it has right now. But people do it for different reasons. Some have to, and some people just enjoy eating healthier. And so we just really feeling a need. I mean, we used to do it before when people said we don't need any meat or whatever. We cook for them, and now we just formalize it a little bit and put
Yeah.
some things on the menu. But it's not uncommon. There's every week 2 or 3 guests that have some kind of meal preference or genuine meal need through an allergy. And
Mhm.
then as a small place, we always ask them to introduce themselves to the maitre d' or somebody senior in the restaurant, and then the rest on his own. It's a
Yeah.
small place, so just if they know if somebody drinks a rum and
I was
ginger at
just about to
sunset every
say,
day,
and that's the
they know.
beauty of having such a small place is you can do that one-on-one
Yeah.
attention.
So I know Donna was on earlier on, and Donna does not only, but Donna's niche is vegan travel. So I know she'll be very happy to hear
Mhm.
about that. But Conrad, let us know if there are we know have an evergreen promotion that there is always 5 nights and you get one night free. I think, yeah.
Mhm.
So
That's
let us
in
know
summer. That's in summer. In the winter months,
in
um,
summer.
in summer from April 1st, it's every fifth night free. And during the winter month, it's every seventh night free. I was actually going to take it off because we're so busy. But then I said, just forget it. If you book now, you can still get a room. Then you can still get the seventh night free. I just gave one a free night, actually. A retired judge from the UK called. We had such a bad connection. So I saw the numbers. I called him back and they extended. I said, but you only have to pay for one night. I said, what do you mean? He says, well, seventh night is free. They were surprised. They made somebody's day. So,
So see,
Okay.
folks, you hear it here first, right? He's leaving it up.
So
So
Susan
yeah.
said you have the best wine selection. The small
Well,
wine cellar.
wine.
Yes, lots and lots of good wine. So if you have
well,
any questions,
it's probably not the best selection, but I'm a firm believer that if you have a nice restaurant, it adds to the atmosphere and the look of the
Mhm.
place. There are a few bottles of wine on the table. It may be the European in me, but I just love it, right? When there's a couple
Yeah.
bottles of wine, an ice bucket with a champagne or something, it adds to the atmosphere in the restaurant. And so that's why we really offer the 24 wines by the bottle as part of the all-inclusive. They're not fancy wines. They're acceptable. I drink them. They're good value for money.
I
Wines
think
as
they're
in
good. And I think it's even better when the sun sets out. Like with that view and that sunset, any wine tastes
any
delicious.
wine, even the tuba chuck, I mean, any wine would work right there with that
Yes.
beautiful sunset.
yeah,
Seriously.
yeah. I had an English wine journalist. She wrote about 15 books. She's the preeminent wine expert in the chances. And she had to delay 3 times because of COVID and so on. And they stayed with me too. And her husband writes food stories for the Financial Times, and he says it's arguably the nicest place he has had meals in the afternoon. And you're right. A glass of wine in France just tastes better than it tastes
Yeah.
in
In
Alaska, probably.
Massachusetts.
So
Okay. tastes better by the
Yeah.
pool.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. That's true.
I agree.
So, travel partners, if you have any more questions, we won't keep Conrad any much longer. But if you have any more questions about the resort, you can post it in the chat, or you can always contact Nicole and I later on. If you ever want us to do a presentation for you for your clients, we would love to do that because 26 rooms. Great for buyout if you want to, but at least a year in advance, and also good for girls getaway. It's adults only, but it's also really really good for a girls getaway at this
Yes.
resort. So if you have any questions, just let us know, or you can always contact Nicole or myself anytime.
Is there anything else you'd like to add, Conrad? Anything new? Anything else that you want to leave us with?
No, I just want to say thank you, right? People are always very kind to me. I don't know, I don't deserve it, right? Even 10 years ago or 12 years ago when I left the big company, everybody was really nice to me. And people always say, when you're gone and they won't remember who you are after
No,
20 years at Sandals. And that never happened to me, right?
nope,
I don't know
nope.
why,
That
but
hasn't happened to me yet either, and it's been 3.5 years, not 20, but
yeah, but
Every
so people are really nice to me. The travel trade is very kind to me.
yeah,
We wouldn't really be there if it wasn't for some of our friends, right? I still
right.
sign cool runnings. It's a little stupid, but at least everybody knows it's me. They can
that's what,
associate it,
yeah, it's your
and
signature. So don't
yeah,
stop. But
and so I'm very grateful.
everyone have always very positive things to say about you. I mean, once they hear Conrad, I mean, people that you've worked with years before, they always say very nice things about you when it shows.
Mhm.
So that's why the trade loves you, the clients love you, they keep on coming back, and that's
Stop,
why
stop.
no, it's true, it's
It's
true.
true. You're
But then
making him blush, but it's true. We're gonna say it. Just deal
Yeah,
with it, right?
yeah.
We love you. The trade loves you. It's true.
so if
Thank
you
you very
have
much.
if you don't
Yeah.
have any more questions, do let us know. This is such great information, Julie. Thank you, Julie. But if you have no more questions, we won't keep Conrad any longer. You know he has the hotel to run, and you have to go and get sales for us. So we won't keep you much longer.
And Ginger, thank you for joining us.
Yes, you
We're
just stick
glad that you had a great trip. And please let us know, Ginger, and anyone else, if there's anything else that we can do to help you market your trip a little bit better as well via email or social media as well. Let us know.
And if you do ever have a booking, just drop me a line, right? Let me know. We want to look good. So if you tell me what the reason for the visit is, or if there's no reason, then just tell us anyway with their names, and we send them a bottle of champagne from you or from you and us. And it makes everybody look good, and it starts off in the right way.
Will do.
Yeah.
So Marley, to answer your question, yes, I could arrange that for you. Maybe one of our coffee chats, I'll bring them in. That was a non-Calabash Cove question.
It's okay. It's
and
okay.
Okay.
It's
Jean,
okay.
and Ginger, thank you for joining us, and thank you for posting all of those photos on your Facebook page. It got a lot of queries. And
Yep.
Jerry saying she has to visit when she goes down. So no more questions, I suppose.
All right, Jerry. Yeah, Jerry, let's make that happen. Thank you again, Ginger. Thank you, Conrad. Thank you, Kelly, for having us.
Oh, you're most
Appreciate
welcome.
it.
So if you have no more questions, we're gonna end our coffee chat this morning with Mr. Conrad Wagner from Calabash Cove and Nicole and Kelly. So thank you all for joining us again. We appreciate your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a
Thank
wonderful
you.
weekend and stay safe.
Bye. You
Bye.
too. Bye.
Oh, she has a group going in 2022.
I saw that.
And who is that? Oh, that's for Coconut Bay. Okay. Thank you, Michael.